So we've had some engagement from some listeners. I wouldn't call it positive engagement.
We're open to positive engagement, though, just to say.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. But I'll change this person's name. Let's call him Ronan Leach. He has he's contacted me and said, do you remember a few episodes ago I invented beef fingers?
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about them, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Leach has reached out and is like, they do have beef fingers, you fucking idiot. They're called sausage. They're called sausages, which annoys me because that he's missed the whole point. I'm talking about
the point. Yeah,
a rectangular shape with crumbs on it that's frozen, and then you deep fry it or you fry it in the oven.
So the shape I absolutely get. Maybe we need to unpack it a little bit more just to be clear to our listeners and make sure you and I are definitely envisaging the same.
All the Ronans out there.
Yeah, all the Ronans. And someone else commented as well. So I am well aware, as I'm sure Matt is, because he grew up with me as a kid, that crumb sausages exist. We used to have them lots as a kid, right? Sure, you can have beef sausages, peel the skin, Why are you smiling, man? You better not say crumb sausages are bad here, by the way. Anyway, peel them, roll them up in the egg, crumb them, bake them. Crumb sausages, beef fingers if you're Ronan, sure. But, Matt, what you're talking about are essentially things that look exactly like fish fingers that are filled with beef. Now, is the beef ground up like a sausage? That's maybe where all the Ronans out there are getting confused.
Well, is a fish finger called a fish sausage? No, it's a fish finger because they've obviously got some offcuts of chicken shit and then they've cut it into rectangle shapes. A sausage has the sleeve and they're going like they've pumped it in there like it's a big balloon and then they've tied little knots in there. I'm talking about making it. Yeah, it might. The contents of it might be a sausage, but manufacturing it in the same process that they use to make fish fingers.
Yeah. It's not held together by that.
Beef fingers.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Yeah. No, I thought it was beefy fingers.
Yeah, beefy fingers. That's right.
Okay, which one have you trademarked? You haven't stuffed it up, have you?
Everything.
Beef fingers, beef finger, beefy fingers.
Beefy fingers. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, did he give you any other than just pulling your vision down? Did he? I mean, we do know meat traders.
No, he also
we can start reaching out.
He also volunteered to be a guest on the show if he wanted to unpack it with him. So,
okay, maybe we can do something with him there, and he can taste test some beefy fingers versus sausages, or we can have a bit of fun with that.
Then,
what would we do with?
I've made up this alias for Ronan Leach, but if he comes on, he's obviously going to have to reveal his true identity.
Maybe he can
deal with that when he gets to it.
For those watching on YouTube, what would we do with a guest on the show? How would we treat them?
I don't know.
How would we treat them? That's a bad question. I mean,
cordially. There'd have to be a few. I'd treat them awkwardly, like they're next to me on the swing set at the park.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, "Hey," and if they don't say anything, I'm like, "I'm not talking to them. Fuck them."
I've got to follow up on my eye contacting.
Your what?
Well, on the eye contact awkward thing, how people don't, like we talked about last week, right? And as you just mentioned then. So, as you know, there's etiquette when you're at the urinal, right? Like you don't.
Yeah.
I know I was talking about making eye contact with blokes at the park. Yeah, so you don't piss on the bloke next to you, but you're also not going to try and look over and make eye contact with him and say g'day there, right? So there's etiquette. Anyway, I found myself not at a urinal, but at the McDonald's car park the other day. And I think there should be McDonald's car park eye contact etiquette. There I was enjoying a Big Mac in the car park. I'd found like me in my own little secluded space. It was cold outside, gnawing into my Big Mac.
This is
somewhat secretly, real depressed. And I look over and a couple cars down, there's a bloke doing the same thing, and a couple cars down, there's a woman doing the same thing. I look around. No one seems to be eating in the McDonald's. Everyone's gone through drive-through and they're just munching down Maccas in the car park. Anyway, someone rudely pulled up right next to me and then did the exact same thing, but it was like you were next to each other at the urinal. Like we were too close and we could both see that we were both trying to have a bit of private time and enjoy our Big Mac.
Yeah.
But this person has ruined it. I'm putting a petition out there that if you're eating at Macca's car park, you are not allowed to pull. There must be one car space in between each person.
If only they had tinted windows.
Yeah, well, if one of us did, we would have been fine. But no, you could see straight through, and it ruins the moment. So
I pulled up next to a bloke once. Who was I? was in Milsons Point, parked next to this guy, and I looked, and the seat was right down, and I realised he was having a sleep. So I just put my hand on the horn, and he sat up, and his first reaction was just like to wave at me. I'm like, if someone's just woken me up from a sleep, obviously I'm so tired. Like I've pulled up in a car park in a public spot to have a nap, and someone's just blasted me with a horn. I wouldn't be waking up with a smile waving.
no, what a nice guy if that's his go-to reaction.
Yeah,
I wake
I was
up.
like, geez, I felt really bad.
I pretty much wake up swinging if someone
Yes.
startles me.
No, so while we're eating a burger, why don't you go inside and eat it in their facilities? Immerse yourself in the McDonald's experience.
Drive-through's easy. I don't know if anyone does go in and eat anymore. Maybe if you had kids and you wanted to go in the playground. Does anyone actually sit there and get a tray and eat McDonald's? Why wouldn't you sit in your car and listen to your podcast and chill out? When did you last go to McDonald's?
I haven't been to Macca's for...
Yeah, your household, you wouldn't be allowed. They wouldn't let you.
I drove through and got a drive-through coffee probably sometime in the last 12 months, but that's about it. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't sit down and have the coffee at McCafe?
I was on the way to the zoo.
Read the paper.
I was on the way to the zoo with the boys. I just wanted a coffee. I didn't want to get out.
Well, there's your answer. It's convenient. No, you don't go to McDonald's for the experience and the in-dining vibe.
Bring back Grimace. I'll go there if Grimace is cruising around the cafeteria.
Who's Grimace?
Grimace is the purple guy. Yeah, you don't know who Grimace is? McDonald's, Grimace. There's the Hamburglar. Ronald?
Yeah, I know the hamburger.
There's
sorry, Ronald, the hamburger. Who's Grimace? You're not thinking of the
purple guy.
The purple thing off Sesame Street.
No, I'll show you a photo. Grimace. Are you joking?
We didn't have Macca's in Warren, Matt. I don't know.
I used to, as a kid, in my mind, what's the difference right now between a town and a city? At what point does a town become a city?
Well, it's probably a bit of a leading question. Yeah, sure. Once
they got a McDonald's.
If there's a Macca's in there, I think that'd be right.
That's where I drew the line as a kid. There, that's Grimace.
And Dubbo's got 2 or 3, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. I hardly know Grimace, though. Grimace surely didn't get too much airtime.
3. There's a 4th being built at the moment.
We're talking about startling people when they're sleeping. I remembered the other day, and this could start off a whole segment, but the weirdest places you've slept. And I remember there was a stage there back when you were in Sydney, didn't have a heap of money, and you'd come to Sydney and get on the grog with the boys or be working or whatever, didn't want to pay for accommodation, so you'd take your swag to Sydney, right? And didn't you end... Okay, once. And where did you end up sleeping?
Well, so I was in Warren, and it was that period where you've just left school. So I wanted to get down to Sydney, but also had always been at school, so I didn't have anywhere to stay other than my friends' houses. But a lot of my friends were overseas, so I couldn't hit them up. Okay,
like so we're used to doing. Sure,
a park that I was very familiar with was what's the suburb called?
Sydney City or
no? It's
Hyde Park, Botanical Gardens.
It was near Elle's house. It was like one stop. It was a park near Elliot's house, and I can't remember the name of it. Anyway,
okay.
I took my swag. Took my swag because we would It was a train. It was right next to a train station, so I parked there, got on the train, went into the city, got on the piss, came back, went to my car, got my swag out, unrolled it in the park, went to sleep.
Yeah. I love it. Like it makes perfect sense. Like I love it. It is just such a country thing to do. Like it's normal when you're at the races or something, right? And then you go to the races, get on the piss, take the swag off and roll it out. But you're in Sydney, big city, and there you are, you've rolled your swag out in a random park. So what happened?
Yeah, well, I woke up. I don't know what time. It was, in the depth of the night, woke up, and there's this torch straight in my face. I'm going, fuck, you right? And it was 2 cops, and I could see blue and red lights flashing. So I put 2 and 2 before I could even see their uniform. I was like, okay. They go, what are you doing, mate? I go, well, I was asleep.
Was that your immediate reaction? You obviously don't wake up happy either. You didn't wake up waving, oh, hey, guys.
What are you doing, sleeping? If you didn't figure that out. I can't really remember what they asked me. It was like, what are you doing sleeping here? I'm like, well, I've come up for the weekend and my car. That's my car over there. I've been
I'm having to sleep in the park.
I've been at the pub and now I'm having to sleep. They're like, you can't sleep here. I'm like, why not? Like, it's a public park. You can't sleep here. It's not safe. I was like, oh. They said, get out, jump out of your bed. I got out. He goes, are you on drugs? I'm like, I'm drunk, yeah. They go, you got any weapons? I'm like, nah. They're like, all right, you can't be here in the morning. I was like, okay. And they just left and I went back to sleep.
And that was it.
Yeah.
You know, when I haven't heard that story in a long time, but like that's such a Croc Dundee story. Like you can imagine Croc Dundee 2 or whatever when he's in New York or the first one. And why wouldn't he have his swag? Why wouldn't he roll that out in Central Park? Like Central Park's beautiful. That's exactly what you've done. But yeah, no one takes a swag and sleeps in the park.
I do see that point.
Genius,
like if you got the wrong sketchy bloke coming through there, you could get yourself in a bit of strife. But I thought it was a pretty good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Pretty happy. What's
and I'd be curious to know if more people do it. I mean, some people might even push the limits, and if someone comes around and offers them a free meal thinking they're homeless, I'm sure you wouldn't say no to that either.
Shame. So yeah, look. Yeah, I thought it was one of my better ideas. But I don't even remember where I would stay. After that point, I don't know where I did stay when I came down. But
you stopped the swag idea. Maybe you stopped coming.
How do you spell Longueville?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter, does it? Like
Lane Cove.
I'm trying to spell Longueville, something like that.
Yeah, true. I don't even remember what the station was called. Anyways, yeah, that was funny. Speaking of engagement from listeners, someone asked us to talk about a certain class we were in at one point, which was called 8-4. And I thought it was a pretty niche topic, so I didn't want to talk about it for too long because obviously there was only 28 of us in that class and most of those guys aren't listening. But there was some funny shit that happened in that class. And it mainly kicked off. There was a real mixed bag of people in there, a few characters, but
to be clear, you and I were both in this class.
Yeah,
that's why it's come up. Yeah,
and I don't want to name too many names in case I say something bad here. But I think the main reason it sort of had the energy that it did was because the teacher Murph was like a new school teacher, and he was.
What happened to not naming too many names?
Well, he was just a good bloke. And he just looked after us. He was just a nice bloke, but he'd give us too much freedom at times, and I just remember like a few things when someone said talk about 8-4. There's just a few things that popped up that happened that year that pop up in my memory that were like that was pretty funny. So
do share.
One of them was Lawrence. So Lawrence had cochlear implants.
Sorry, just to be clear, you started saying, I'm not going to name too many names. Are you going to name all the names?
Probably. Okay.
Well, you can
back. There was someone called Borrance.
Okay.
He was deaf, so he would had his cochlear implant, and then the teacher was meant to wear a microphone. And some of the teachers would wear it on their chest, but some of them would just put it on the desk, and apparently it was sensitive enough that they could just put it on the desk and it would pick up their voice. And Borrance would sit at the back of the class and it would just go straight through to his ear. Anyway, one day the teacher had it on the desk, and I think our mate Jaden was sitting in the front row right there, and the teacher's is writing on the board, and Lawrence is writing down notes in his book, and Jaden reaches forward and grabs the microphone and just goes, "Fuck you, Lawrence! Fuck you!" And Lawrence was like, "Hey!" Like, and everyone looks around. What's he yelling about? It was that. Oh, there's remember Baldy broke his neck. Like, injured his neck and was in hospital. And so one of the boys that was good mates with him was making a bit of a video at school, going around just making a video of all the stuff he was missing out on while he was laid up in hospital. And they were doing this shot. He was getting a shot of Murph up close. So Murph's the teacher sitting there, and a few people had given their messages like, hey, Hugh, hope you're not getting any bloody bed sores on your ass, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Anyway, this kid's filming Murph up close, just getting a shot similar to what I am on the screen right now. Up close shot. And I'm sitting on the other side of the room, and I was eating a packet of sour Skittles.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I thought, fuck, it'd be funny if something hit Murph in the head right now while he's got his up-close shot. And so I got this sour Skittle out and I pegged this Skittle in and it hits Murphy right in the eye.
Oh, man.
So just to be clear, Murphy's the teacher and he's going, who was that? And then it's like the sourness started hitting him. He's like, God.
Worse and worse.
I'm like, fuck, sorry, it was me, Murphy. He was like, get out. I'm like, sorry. Like, why'd you do that? Oh, I thought it'd be funny if it hit you in the side of the head. I wasn't aiming for your eyeball. I promise.
With a sour.
With a sour Skittle. Anyway,
You're the reason why they should still have the strap or the cane or something.
I don't know.
Kids like you throwing sour Skittles at there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's worse things that are done, but
Murph
man.
made me write lines one day because I was just on him.
Throwing
I was just dropping
sour
some
worms
farts.
at his...
I was cupcaking left, right, and centre, and it floated its way up to the front of the room. And Murphy was like, "Matt, is that you?" I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Get out and write 100 lines." So I think he just wanted me out of the classroom because I was just on a roll.
Fair enough. We probably all did.
And he
Get rid of it.
He made me write 100 lines of "I will not pollute the classroom." And so I'm standing there writing them, and as I'm doing it, the headmaster comes around showing some new teachers, some new parents around, and he's come around the corner, and I'm standing there. I'm like, oh no! And he's like, hello. I don't know if he knew my name at that point, but he's like, hey mate, what have we got here? And he comes over and reads it. And he's like,
I'll keep that one to myself.
I'll leave that one alone.
Of course, it was going to be something like that, though. If you're a year 8 student, 14 years old, being sent out of class,
Yeah.
they would.
What else
see
is it going to
some
be?
shit,
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
you're not bad enough to be sent to anyone else,
Yeah,
but it's bad enough to be writing lines. Like, well, what's it going to be? Nothing too terrible. Yeah, no, that was it. It was a funny year. Old 8-4. Kelso, Bedford, La Cava, Mackin.
We're talking about
everyone.
School books. Lily started going to book club, which just I'm sure freaks you out as well. Like
Stop! I just remember one more thing about 8-4 that was fucking. Remember, Dave had Dave would always shave his head.
Yeah,
and he was half Japanese, so he had that really really fine hair.
Yep.
And so he always had a shaved head, and we would just draw dicks on his head.
You would draw dicks on his head.
You did it, and you
did.
And you draw it on his head, and it just looked like he had black hair. But if you got him in the right angle, you could just see it.
Wasn't that your thing, or maybe it was me? Like I could see us both doing it.
Was it just me?
I feel like it was just you, and you draw a dick on his head, and then
Just
run around calling him dickhead and
every day.
laughing. And... dickhead.
But then, like,
still funny.
You'd see it in the right angle, like, Dave, something drawn on your head, and he'd just play dumb. I don't know, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, he would never dog anyone in. I'm pretty sure he'd let you do it as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, you're saying about books?
Oh, just book club. Like we did English together. We went through school together, and as to the parody of your latest song, right? The last essay I saw you write was on Chris Franklin dissecting bloke. Anyway, so I know that English isn't your favourite subject. Anyway, Lily started going to book club, and they have to read this book in a fortnight or something freakishly quick. I haven't read a book in a couple of years, probably. Not properly.
And then write an essay.
No, they don't have to write an essay. They just go and they chat about it. And I've been asking, like, is it just a catch up? Like, is just have talk, shit, goss, pop culture, whatever, just girls having a chat. She's like, no, this one's pretty serious. Like, it was quite intimidating. Everyone's trying to use like big words and like properly dissect the literature of this book. Anyway, it got me thinking. I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those places. Like, I wouldn't enjoy it, especially a setting like that, a quiet cheese and bickies and wine setting, talking about a book which everyone's read for the last in the past 2 weeks. Do you know any blokes that have been to book club before? Do blokes do book club, or is that like, I've got nothing against book club. Like, if you like books, good on you. Like, I think it'd be interesting for the right person, but still, I don't know anyone that would actually go to a book club. Have you ever come across a male book club attendee?
No, not a male one. No.
Do you think
I think
exist?
they're out there. I just don't know them. I'm sure they're out there.
Do you think they're cutting around different circles than us.
Yes, yes.
That'd surprise
Yeah,
me.
I think so. I think they're giving our circle a wide berth.
I think so. Anyway,
Because of this reaction. You fucking
Well-
serious, mate?
well, no, like good on you. Like I think it'd be interesting if you're that kind of person. I just still feel like it might be a strictly female sport, but
Yes.
nothing-
Yeah, I wouldn't float my boat, but I guess it depends how many drinks you have and what the book is. It have to be a good book. Geez, if I'm sitting there talking about a book, it'd want to be a Reg Reagan, This Is Your Life.
Did Red Dragon do This Is Your Life?
Yeah, great book.
I remember
Yeah,
he had a book.
hilarious.
Was that it? Did he only do one book?
Yeah. Have you seen the video of Matty Johns over in the USA at the moment?
I've
No?
seen snippets. I think so because of the fight.
Yeah, he's popped up on Japanese TV. So someone was interviewing Matty, and then this Japanese reporter is like, UFC, UFC. And Matty's like, sorry, mate, what's that? He goes, UFC. He's like, yeah, and just does a little flex. He goes, I'm Steve McGregor. I'm Conor McGregor's brother. And his,
Matty.
and then his bloke goes, gives him a microphone. He's like, you're talking. And he's holding up. He's like, oh, you want me to talk? Yeah, get everyone. Steve McGregor here, Conor McGregor's brother. Yeah, no.
So is
Yeah.
Matty over there? Is he pretending to be Red Dragon or
Nah,
is he
he's
Red
just with
Dragon?
Fox Sports.
Okay. What's Fox is paying him cash to be Matty Johns?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah,
I'm
he
having
doesn't
a
go
look.
into the Reg character. He hasn't done that for a long time. I don't know why.
But
I
is he a
don't know
good
why.
interviewer?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah,
I guess he knows this.
I don't know. I'm not a harsh critic of interviewers, but I'd say yes. I think he's good because he'll talk serious, but he's always looking for a laugh. And
Yeah,
that always
makes it
makes
more interesting,
everyone he's talking to always relaxes. You know, as soon as you can have a laugh, everyone sort of,
Yeah,
just
breaks the ice.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone who's genuinely funny. No, I like Matty. He's good. But yeah, the old school footy show with Red Dragon, that was just, I used to go, they had a website, they had the footy show website, and they had a section called The Vault where you just go through, and I went through that and just watched every single skit and song that they ever did. So good. Don't know what.
How are
fell
your
apart.
beloved Sharkies going this season?
Oh, I don't
Do you
know.
follow closely?
I don't follow closely. Like the Sharks, every year they're just there. They're in the mix. Good chance they'll make the top 8, but you never really expect them to ice it.
Mm.
But they're good. But you just I don't know. The Dolphins look unreal. I know you don't watch it much, but I watched the Dolphins play last night. Holy shit! Yeah, they look cool. Like there's teams that win, like Melbourne Storm. They win, but it's boring to watch. Whereas the Dolphins, when they're on, it's like that's the stuff. It's like watching a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Yeah,
throwing
okay.
it around. It's good to watch. Yep, but I haven't watched much footy this year. You've got to have a fair bit of spare time to be watching sport with kids. Not much spare time.
Well, it's just highlights now. As you
Yeah.
know, I've switched to, I'm all F1. That'd be the only.
Formula, I thought you liked baseball.
Yeah, I only like
Formula,
Shohei Ohtani. I watch Shohei Ohtani highlights every time there's a game. He's still on track. But no, Formula One, I'm completely hooked. I think I liked it as a kid, but then it just, no one watched it. Didn't think it was something to get around it. But Drive to Survive changed everything, and now it's definitely my sport. I mean, you watched this Monaco Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago. Kimi Antonelli is the guy that won that. He's 19 years old. He started driving in Formula One before he had his driver's license. When he was, I think he's 17, he might have jumped in. He's now won 5 odd races in a row. First teenager ever to win more than 2 in a row. Like, he's just killing it. And the glamour of Monaco, like the boats, the super yachts, the party, I just think, like, that is, globally, like, that is the creme de la creme of just parties and a good time. Best DJs, best music, best drinks, best cars, best women, like, best everything. And for entertainment, I just think that's gold. Whereas you talk about the Sharkies versus the Dolphins, and it just, doesn't excite me too much unless it's a good game.
Where's this guy from, this young gun?
Italy. He's the first Italian to win a race in 20 years.
How does someone end up in, like, they get pushed into like racing little go-karts at a younger age? Is that how you get into that?
Yeah, mostly go-karts. And I think a lot of them have got connections. Like Max Verstappen's dad was a race car driver. I don't think he was in F1. Carlos Sainz, another guy. His dad was a rally car driver. So they're
there-
all in motorsport.
There's those really elite sports where, and it's the same in every sport, but are those really elite sports? It's like how many of the best F1 drivers have never even driven a go-kart? Like they've never had that opportunity because it's such a weird sport. Whereas you think all your best soccer players, they've been discovered because everyone's kicked a soccer ball.
No, it's a fair point. You're right. Soccer, what would you call that? The barrier to entry to the sport in F1 is so high. Like it's a rich man's sport.
Yeah.
Like what else?
Yeah.
Rowing maybe, or just something random like that.
Yacht sailing.
Yeah, yachts, all that.
Yeah.
So to claim that you're the best athlete at it, I mean, you're definitely the best person in the world at the sport at that point in time. But if the barriers to entry are much lower in the whole world,
is out there.
Yeah, but maybe it's hard to make that judgment.
Sprinting. The fastest guy in the world at the Olympics is probably the fastest guy in the world.
Yeah, I was just about to use that as an example, though. Probably, but what if there was a gun kid that was so fast that was just brought up in the wrong family, were never encouraged to actually pursue it, didn't have a coach which said, no, mate, like focus and, let's get into this. There could be a faster sprinter out there. They just went a different path and couldn't be screwed.
Well, speaking of elite professions, what was the first CD you ever bought?
Well, I remember
with your own money.
With my own money, jeez. I can only remember CDs I got. Yeah,
one was a single. It wasn't. I don't think it was an album, but it was Wheatus. Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah. You just bought a single.
I think it was a single. $5. Had like 3 tracks on it or something. Instrumental, and then a bonus track.
We got Family Reunion by Blink-182, which was the song Family Reunion just had swear word after swear word, and my brother blasted it when we were about 10 years old and over the house speakers, and Mum came running out going, what the hell is this? I think she'd given it to him as a present, but didn't realise what Blink-182 had in them. That got banned pretty quick.
Even M&M CDs, and it was all good.
Yeah, exactly. No, but the Monaco Grand Prix, they've just nailed it is getting bigger and bigger. It's taking off in America.
Oh, it's still growing.
Big time. Like,
I thought it would have
make it in America with that kind of thing. You take over NASCAR, well, they haven't, I don't think, but it's getting bigger. And Lewis Hamilton started dating Kim Kardashian, so now you've got the Kardashian effect. So like I was saying before, you've got
married royal family.
Well, yeah, just for F1, like that is just a masterstroke they should give Lewis a massive bonus, even though he earns $50 million a year or whatever. Like all the glam of F1 now combined with all those girls that follow the Kardashians, it's now going to have that Kardashian effect. Monaco's going to be overrun next year, as is every F1 event for the rest of the year. Like, yeah, well done, Lewis. Bringing Kim in. I know people don't like the sport becoming about the wags like Taylor Swift and the NFL or Kim Kardashian, but it's good for the sport.
Personalities make sport. So you can't if you just watch a sport but you don't know a single person in it, you can kind of enjoy it. But if you know people and you know what they're all about and their history and stuff, it makes it way more enjoyable. That's why bush footy, I quite like watching local footy rather than professional, because it's like you understand the blokes out there. And
yeah, it's fair.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And schoolboy footy as well. People like going back to that because they can relate to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I've ever watched F1. I've never watched a car racing sport. I need to sit next to an expert on car racing to tell me what's going on, what the intricacies are.
Yeah.
When someone does something that's amazing, I want to know that, because I watched them like, you drove past that, but like I overtake cars every day. Not that exciting.
Yeah, and it's probably like a lot of sports when you, like you're saying, if you get into it and understand the detail and the strategy, which it's all about, then you can appreciate the little things. Whereas at face value, it's often hard to go deep enough to understand how much is behind it.
Of course.
Same with baseball, same with whatever else.
Ping pong.
Well, there's not much. Maybe we don't know enough about ping pong and the complexities of it, which is why it's not bigger.
Oh, geez, I just hit the button on my chair. Hang on.
Falling off.
No, I was going to ask you, when I was asking you about your first CD, I remember, I don't know what year it was, how old I was, like 15. My auntie was like, Matt, what CD do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I took my dad's approach when it came to presents, which is give nothing, ask for nothing.
Okay.
So when
that
someone
worked
asks
out
for
well for you
presents, I'm
both,
like, when someone asks you what present you want, you're like, nothing. I don't want anything. I'm fine. But then at the same time, when it's your birthday, also expect that I will give you nothing, and we're even.
Yeah, that's a good
and
strategy.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah,
So,
I like it.
yeah, my auntie's saying, what CD do you want? I was like, oh, no, nothing. I'm fine. She goes, tell me what CD you want, or I'll get you one, and you'll regret it. I was like, no, I don't want anything. So she got me Fergie, the Duchess.
Yes.
Great,
That's gold.
great album.
You loved it? She tried to
Yeah,
she tried to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, I was like, this got some bangers on here.
Geez, your aunties and uncles are good at teaching lessons. What, your uncle that was making you get off mold from the ground, and your auntie trying to buy you shit CDs.
He gave me.
I think the auntie lesson's a bit softer.
For my 18th birthday, Jim gave me a good Techni Ice esky. Still got it.
Good present.
Still using it. Great present. If you're ever looking for an 18th present, a good esky.
Did you get him anything?
I don't know. Probably not. Shit.
He broke the rule.
If you, and I think we talked about this probably over 10 years ago, but I want to bring it up again because I'm always thinking about it. Okay. If you could be top of the level, like top level A-list movie star or rock star. So we're talking Mick Jagger, Leonardo DiCaprio. If you could be one or the other, I'm not saying Mick Jagger, but like top level musician versus top level actor. So both of them, you're getting paid out the wazoo. Which one would you rather be? In the working time, like not when you hit retirement age and you're living on the fumes, but when you're in the thick of it, doing the thing, what would you rather be?
That's probably the easiest question anyone could ever ask me.
Yes. Yeah.
I would absolutely be a rock star.
Yeah, that's the same answer you gave 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, no, things haven't changed, but I'm more than happy to talk about it. I would
go the opposite.
But often it's a sports star versus a rock star is the question that comes to me.
Yeah, but I think
would it change if it was like
no? But I think a sports star and a rock star to me are the same thing.
No.
Sort of.
What do you mean? They're both famous, or draw some parallels between a musician and
I'm going to get there.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
Now, I'll give a couple of examples. Okay. You and me went to Paul Kelly at the Opera House.
Yes.
And the guy that performed before him, remember who that was?
I'm looking forward to how you're going to say the same thing.
It was Steve Earle.
Okay, yeah.
He came out. All right, next up is Steve Earle, and he came out and he comes out and he sings Copperhead Road, his biggest song. Sings it first. And he finishes it, and everyone claps, and he goes, thank fuck that's out of the way.
Yeah, that's right.
So his biggest song, the one that you could say made him the most money or the most fame in his career, he resents singing it, but he still has to do it. And I just, I look at, there's songs that Elton John refuses to perform anymore when he's past it now, but there's songs that he didn't want to perform anymore. Like, you imagine going on tour. Just imagine AC/DC. How many times do you reckon AC/DC has got up live and performed Back in Black?
Yeah.
You'd be fucking sick of it. And you've got to sing it with the same energy every time because that person, they've got their ticket to come and see you. They want to see you put on the same show. And I think it's a bit easier if you're the guitarist because the energy, you just turn the speaker up. There it is. But if you're singing, you've got to actually be performing it. I think it'd be hard for the singer to deliver it with the same energy. I saw a footage the other day of Deadmau5, the DJ.
Yeah, I love watching those kind of videos.
He's about to play Ghosts and Things or something, like one of his big songs. And the crowd's like, yeah. And he's standing there going,
yeah, hard. And that's why a lot of bands became famous, like Jimmy Barnes and Cold Chisel, when they were playing all those small venues in Sydney at the local bar. It was their reputation on stage and how wild they were. I think Nirvana started off like that as well. That's what actually got them going. Not always the musical talent, and then eventually that's what carried them. But the attention you get from being like a front man and to being frigging good at it goes a long way. Yeah. So yeah, by the time you're 70, it's like Meatloaf when he performed at the AFL Grand Final. He didn't get into it much, but he also was just a terrible singer. So what are you saying though? Like but
then like Tom Hanks sees people in public and they'll yell out, Wilson.
Yeah, it's
or
always the same.
Brad Pitt will see something, they go, what's in the box? What's in the box? Like, so you do the act, you do the movie, you put your heart and soul into it. You know, say Will Ferrell, people might, hey, Mom, meatloaf, fuck. Like, you do it, you do the movie, you put it out there, and then it's done. And yeah, you can live on the fumes. Like, people still go, mate, I love Forrest Gump. What a good movie. And since then, he's done many movies. He's like, yeah, no, that was a good movie. I'm so proud of whatever. But he doesn't have to redo it each time with the same energy.
Sure.
But
But
he doesn't
maybe
have to keep redoing it.
musicians don't have to keep redoing it.
Yes,
Anyway,
that's performing. That's exactly what I'm arguing.
No. You don't have to keep playing, is what I'm saying. You could just sit back and live off the royalties.
Oh, yeah. But that's not the nature. Like, the nature of what you're doing is you make the CD and then you have to perform it from time to time. Whereas,
oh, sure. Yeah. But I would have thought if you make a song which is just loved and just makes you mega famous and mega rich, you'd be happy playing it for a little while.
Steve Earle's not.
Well, yeah, he obviously it wasn't popular enough that he could live off the royalties. But the people that are rich enough could just sit at home and live off dividends from Spotify and the records and whatever else.
Yep.
But let me say, we were talking about this at my Bucks party in a pretty deep conversation, as you can imagine.
Who was?
And
not me.
Me and Ed and a couple other people.
Yep.
Mick. Anyway, the debate was who's better, like being a famous sports star or a musician. And it wasn't trying to draw parallels as to like when you're retired or anything. It was just like in that moment, who is greater, who would you rather be? And people were defending their position passionately. And Ed was saying that he thinks there is just like if Tom Brady, who has trained so hard on one art for his whole life, and that he has become so good at it, he's got to the absolute pinnacle of it, and that there's a moment which is just so beautiful that because of all that training, it's all built up to one moment in a final, in a Super Bowl, where he throws the perfect pass and it lands in someone's gloves and scores the winning goal, and like it is just magic, the kind of thing we've spoken about before, like unscripted magic due to the brilliance of just one individual which just works so hard. And that happens in sport all the time, like just one little moment, and that's beautiful. But which we all agreed on, but the thing which didn't give that legacy was people look back over maybe a few generations and go, how good was Tom Brady in like 100 years? He'll probably be remembered in 100 years. Not many people are. Whereas music, often if you create a song which is like a guitar solo which just transcends generations, or Mozart, or some kind of music which is just an absolute game changer, it actually lives on for potentially decades and decades and longer again. So we talked about the brilliance of an individual. Is Tom Brady in that exact moment like the greatest artist, or is someone which comes up with the most amazing riff on a guitar that no one has ever played before? Is he the most amazing artist in that moment in time as well? Which has more impact? And I'd prefer to be the rock star for
I'd say
all the fun reasons.
In that instance, I'd say the musician, because you get to be good at something and then just do it. Whereas a sport, like,
you can't recreate that.
Yeah, you
beautiful.
You can never relax and go, oh, I'm onto a winner here, and I'll just keep rolling it out. Everyone loves it. No, you got to keep going out there and kicking the conversions, and you drop the ball on. You can go from being the hero to villain in 5 seconds, whereas you're not going to be the villain if you're the. I don't know. I think they're very different.
Some of the best videos online are when a lot of them are Avicii. When Avicii gets in these other musicians for like a duo, or a Swedish House Mafia, when they came up with the dun, 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 and you watch them make this in real time, something which you now know as something which is you went through your 20s listening to, like that feeling when you make something like that, and you see them, they just go, holy shit, like listen to that, like they know straight away it's a hit and it's huge. Yeah. And that would be a beautiful feeling because, as you just said, you can then go and take that and play it or record it and never play it again live. Like you've created something which can outlive you. Whereas as a sports person, you're constantly battling and your body gives way and it's all over.
Yeah, that's it. And then someone's always coming up from below to try to take you out. Whereas in music, you don't have to get taken out. You can.
It's unique. It'll always be yours.
You can be with someone, like perform.
Yeah, true.
All
right. So quickly then, rock star or movie star?
Movie star.
Rock star or sportsman, I mean.
Rock star.
Yeah, nice. Well, yeah, I got a deep one for you, which is just really funny to unpack. Have you heard of longevity escape velocity? Can you guess what it means?
No.
So longevity escape velocity is the idea that when modern medicine improves more in a year than you age in a year, essentially life expectancy goes up for every year that you age. So if you're 80 years old and you're expected to die when you're 81, but modern medicine advances so much that all the diseases that pop up within that year mean you live to 82. And then when you're 82, there's more advances again that give you another year. Essentially, that's longevity escape velocity. So medicine advances quicker than you're aging. So you don't have to have some magic pill, which means you're going to live forever. All you need is for medicine to advance quicker than your age, right? So there's people out there, Ray Kurzweil's one futurist, who's talking, and a few other smart guys that are predicting we could hit this mid-2030s with AI and everything that's happening. Anyway, little things, right?
But if you're 80, and let's say you go from 80 to 81, from 81 to 82, and you just keep kicking on, all you're doing is sitting in a chair reminiscing about the shit you did when you were 40. Like, it's not like you're out.
Yeah, but if you're going to live
doing
till
bad stuff.
Oh, well, maybe it's good, yeah, if you're 80 and your body's giving way, but that's why it's important to, if you make it to that point. That's why it's important to do Pilates. Everyone join my Pilates studio. No, but little things like I chatted with Lily about it before we got married. Like, are you actually committed to stay married for 500 years? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you actually go, holy shit, what if we don't die? Like, there's just so many things that so many things that change and change fast. It gets a bit freaky.
Someone, I guess, assuming people maintain their lifestyle as it is, where you expect to die when you're in your 80s. Someone I know he tried quitting smoking and he took it back up. And someone goes, I thought you tried to quit smoking. He's like, yeah, I did, but fuck it. Like, it means I lose, I could quit smoking and be real healthy and live for an extra 10 years. But it's 10 years. It's not 10 years as a 40-year-old or a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old. It's 10 years as a 90-year-old. He's like, I think I'll give it a miss.
Take from my future self.
That's so funny
because maybe that's what happens if medicine gets so good. Humans, like you're just saying there, will just push the limits even more and more and more, and go, right, well, I see your Ray's medicine. You're going to make me live for another year, so I'm going to smoke twice as much. Fuck it, I'm going to actually take up smoking.
Might just try heroin.
I might have some heroin this year. You've got a pill for that? Bring it on. Like, you just start challenging it. So to your point, you do end up living this crazy rock star life of trying to fight the advancement of medicine, and which one wins at that point? That could be a pretty fun existence.
It's a double-edged sword, living forever or living. Like, you don't want to get around eating.
but this is the point. It's not like living forever doesn't mean you're sitting in a chair like Stephen Hawking. They're talking like you'll be sharp, able-bodied, living for.
Do you remember at that Barramundi farm there was the guy that looked after the fingerlings, the hatchlings, named Colin?
You're just going to describe an Asian guy that's aged really well.
Yeah, this Asian guy called Colin.
Yeah, I remember Colin. He's my inspiration.
Fish. And one of the blokes was like, have a guess how old Colin is. I go, no, 40. Like, nah, 50. Nah. You go and ask him. All right, Colin, how old are you? He's like, I'm 65. I'm like, holy
Was he 65?
Yeah.
It's
like,
insane.
Holy
He
shit.
could well have, late 30s, you could, you'd probably guess 40s, but
late
like 30s he could have been.
Young. And he's like, and he was all about his diet. He goes, he goes, white fish, dried apple, dried pawpaw, and rolled oats. That was his diet.
That was it.
That's what he ate. And like, geez, that's a bit fucking grim. But then, and he was like, but I need to live in a cold climate. This hot climate's no good. It makes you age faster. I need to live in a cold climate. So he was literally, everything he did was, He was.
So imagine him. He'd be what, 75 now. So he's probably a good example. Like, you don't have to
I
age.
wonder how
that
he
quick.
looks. I should try and track him down.
It'd be an
Yeah.
interesting kind of chat there.
Yeah. Yep. But we'll never know.
We'll never
I'm
know.
not going to track him down.
And I'm never going to be as healthy as he was either.
Nope.
Also, don't know why was he in Darwin working randomly? Like, I think he was there on his own, eating that shit diet, like not shit diet, healthy
he was just
diet,
an
but
expert
nothing
at hatching
exciting.
fish, wasn't he?
Maybe he was.
That was so temperamental because they'd hatch like 1 million of them at a time or something, and you had to tend to them every 3 to 4 hours. So you had to just live it. You couldn't have
Let's
a weekend
say he was
off.
Japanese. Like that's such a. I don't know if he was Japanese, but like
No,
such an art. Like, you know, imagine, he was Chinese, was he?
Yeah.
Like just one thing, do it well.
Do it every 4 hours. Like he just had no life outside of these things, and like we weren't allowed to go in there. You had to like clean down. Like you couldn't have any disease brought in. Very sterile.
Yeah.
And you just had all those big tubs with millions of little tiny fish.
Oh well, tonight when you see Em, ask her if she'll stay married to you for 500 years.
I'll text her now. Will we stay married for 500 years? She'll probably live that long. I won't.
I should live for 1,000. Yeah.
Will we stay married?
But it's just weird that all this stuff's happening, and no one really talks about it because it's so far fetched. But there are people working on this hard. Some very smart people with some huge money, and it's happening right now. It's amazing. So anyway,
I think it's called robots.
Well, that's
just put your head inside a machine. Don't
well,
worry
the
about
first thing's going to be
stuff.
the Neuralink. So you put a chip in your brain. So if you're trying to think about something but can't quite remember, there's a chance that it'll actually be pulled from your memory chip. So your recall is going to be amazing, and you're not going to be indifferent to tell if it's come from your brain to remembering a story from when you're a kid, or a fact which you actually stored in the hard drive.
Just got to get it from the cloud.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe people's stutters will get worse if like there's a lag from the cloud as they're trying to tell you recite something.
You see the spinny blue disc in their eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just uploading? Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, give me a sec. Just hang in there. This is a good story. I just need to remember where
Ninja server.
Did Em write back?
Oh no, I doubt it. She bricks her phone.
What's that?
Well, it's literally a physical brick, and you do something with your phone, and your phone just loses all external communication.
God, she is good. She will live to 500.
But you can you have to go and get the brick and use the brick to unlock it. You can't pick your phone up and unlock it. It won't work. You got to go and find the brick. So you put it in a different room. And
so her phone's
if you lose the brick, I think you get 3 emergency logins, but after that, your phone is now a brick.
What do you mean? I'm going to have to look this up.
Look up phone brick or something, but you'll come up with a Nokia 3315.
Yeah, probably.
Have
you used it before?
No.
Brick, take back control of your screen time.
That's the one. I'm on the receiving end of it and I can't get hold of her. Oh, she's bricked.
Well, maybe it's good we didn't get her answer to the 500-year marriage. Anyway,
all right.
Funny.
Oh, I meant to ask you about Coonabarabran. I did this last week.
That's all right. There's too much to talk about.
I want to hear what you did over there, but all right.
Save it for another time.
Beefy fingers soon.
All right, and we need to figure out a beefy fingers plan. That's some homework. I'll come back next week with the plan.
Sounds good.
A plan for what? To launch this product, I guess.
Yeah. It wouldn't be hard to launch. Just go to the local
Go on. I'm waiting to hear this plan. Yeah.
Butcher. You know the stuff you put in sausages? Yeah. I want you to put it in a rectangle, crumb it.
It's the box. We need. It's the marketing.
Put it in this box.
Awesome box. We need to snap frozen. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Righto.
All right. Bye.